Rowan Atkinson is one of the rare performers who can make a room laugh before he even says a full sentence. His comedy looks effortless, but behind every stare, pause, and tiny movement is a performer who understands timing better than almost anyone. That is why his interviews often become just as funny as his scripted scenes. We begin with the night Mr. Bean was born. On Stephen Colbert's show, Rowan explained that the character did not come from a huge plan. He stood in front of a mirror, started pulling faces, and slowly found this strange, silent man-child who would become one of the most recognizable characters in comedy history.
And I just stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just sort of, was doing this... got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper. I can't remember it very well now, so this won't be at all funny, but I'll do it anyway. And I came out just going... Anyway, it was something like that.
But Rowan was never only Mr. Bean. When he spoke about Blackadder, he explained that the idea came from avoiding comparisons with Fawlty Towers. Instead of making a normal sitcom, they moved the story into different periods of English history, giving Rowan a completely different weapon: sarcasm, sharp dialogue, and historical absurdity.
Where did this idea come from? Because it's for the people who don't know, it's 4 different ages of England, starting in the medieval times. Where did this idea come from?
We thought we'd quite like to do a sitcom of some, a situation comedy of some kind.
I know it's sitcom.
Sorry, I know I thought I should.
Thank you.
The big sitcom at the time, I've used the word again, it was Fawlty Towers, and we felt that any sitcom we did would be unfavorably compared to Fawlty Towers, whatever we did, and most things are. Indeed, the Blackadder, I'm sure, is unfavorably compared. We thought we'd reduce the chances of that by at least taking it completely out of the 20th century, which was the century we were in at the time, and set it back.
More of that Oxford education coming back.
Years later, Mr. Bean became so famous that Rowan could not even talk about him normally. On Graham Norton, Rowan's love for cars has also produced some brilliant interview moments. During a Formula One broadcast, Martin Brundle asked what Mr. Bean would think of the race. Rowan answered calmly, then slipped into a perfect impression of Brundle's style, casually name-dropping George Russell while keeping his face totally serious.
Extremely good to see you. What would Mr. Bean reckon to all of this Formula One malarkey?
Well, he would enjoy it very much because he's a car enthusiast, as you know.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Cars, then he'd enjoy it. But anyway, it's fantastic to be here. I'm a guest of George Russell, which is, it wasn't planned for me to be here on a weekend, when he got pole, but here we are.
Rowan Atkinson name-dropping. Whatever next?
I know. I'm here as a matter of fact, as a guest of George Russell. So.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's how privileged I am.
Yeah. Lovely to see you, Rowan.
That same obsession made his Top Gear appearance perfect. Instead of reviewing a car like a normal presenter, Rowan showed that his expressions alone could say everything.
Now, I know that if you were a presenter on this show, you could just do it with an expression.
Right.
If you were presented with McLaren F1, the imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
With one look, he could turn a McLaren or a Range Rover into a comedy setup. Then comes one of his sharpest stage performances. At an awards show, Rowan played an actor forced to accept an award for the man who beat him. What begins politely becomes a bitter, hilarious speech full of fake dignity and insults, delivered so seriously that it almost feels...
We all know the answer to that one. Syphilis.
But one of the funniest parts of Rowan's fame is how people react when they almost recognize him. In one interview, he described a man who insisted he only looked like Mr. Bean, even after Rowan explained that he actually played him.
The thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. It's that strange thing where they go... And of course that means they stare. They stare a lot. and they just look. You're sort of feeling, I wish that person wouldn't stare at me. So, I'd rather just, hold up a flag saying yes. 2 years ago, there was, I was in a Land Rover parts department near Peterborough. They were standing around with a group of guys, and I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while, and he said, "Excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean?" And I said, "Well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean." And he said, "I bet you wish you were." And there followed this bizarre conversation in which the more I tried to claim that I was the person whom he thought I merely resembled, the less he believed me. But what was funny was how close he thought I was to he said, "The resemblance is uncanny." Have you ever thought of doing any, look-alike work, like, stag nights and hen nights? You could go along as Mr. Bean. And I said, "No." He said, "Because you can make an absolute fortune."
The more Rowan told the truth, the less believable he became. And finally, there is his legendary Hysteria 3 interview with Elton John. Rowan turns one simple question about Elton's name into a full comedy attack, refusing to let it go while Elton somehow keeps answering.
Elton, do you mind if I call you Elton?
No, it's fine.
Good. Well, Elton. Funny name, Elton. How did you come by it?
Well, I used to be in a band, and I wanted to become a singer in my own right, and I wanted to choose a name, and the saxophone player in the band was called Elton, so I chose that name.
Hmm? Did you ever consider John Elton?
No.
You didn't? Okay.
Whether he is pulling faces in a mirror, roasting an award panel, confusing a Formula One presenter, or interrogating Elton John about his name, Rowan Atkinson proves one thing again and again. Comedy does not always need noise. Sometimes all it needs is timing, precision, and one perfectly serious face. New here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.